My name is Michael Greenway, and one of the biggest benefits of working with Burkle, I would say, is they back their equipment. It's just not the initial install, but for the life of the press. I could definitely attest to that. The press we have is over 20 years old, so it's approaching a quarter of a century. Burkle backs and maintains that press just like they would any machine or any press coming out of their factory today. Like I said, my name is Michael Greenway. I'm a senior process engineer. I work at Flex Circuits. We were established in 2008, located in western Pennsylvania. Division of Compunetics. They were created in the late 60s. Like I said, in 2008, we started our own company, mainly to concentrate on flex and rigid flex printed circuit boards.
So what is the main problem or challenge were you trying to solve before working with Burkle?
Well, as a startup, we wanted to become more of the flex shop, meaning single or double-sided flex boards. As a lot of manufacturers realize, the market sort of dictates what you do. And shortly after we started, we realized we'd become more of a flex circuit board shop. And we got by for a few years with the presses we had, but we knew we needed to make a change to have a better press available basically for registration purposes. Flex boards, we don't do very high layer counts, but the layers we have on flex boards mainly, they need good registration, and flex boards are hard to register. And we knew a better press would definitely be beneficial to us.
Yeah, I understand that. So could you be more specific? Talk about after choosing Burkle, how has your workflow or team or production improved?
Yeah, basically, we do have another press in our facility, and when you make a printed circuit board, you have a multi-layer press or a rigid flex press. You also can do cover lay presses. You can do stiffener presses, but our Burkle is the workhorse of the group we have right here. That is used primarily focused on the first pressing that we do in the rigid flex pressing, because that gives us the best registration available to us. So having the Burkle in our facility creates less failures, restarts of jobs, things of that nature. The press, I could tell you one thing. I'd like to tell you that the press is not a new press. It's from 2004. We had a chance to, in 2022, the fall of 2022, we had an opportunity to purchase a pre-owned Burkle press. And we had a short window to get that done. We had about a 2-week span to making a decision if we wanted to make that purchase. We were a little hesitant because a used pre-owned press and us installing it would have been a little bit of a job on our hands right there. We reached out to Burkle, and they got back to us within actually 24 hours. They knew the press. It was an install in Minnesota. Like I said, they did the install right there. They talked to the engineers. They talked to the technician actually that installed it. He vouched for the press because they maintained it ever since in 2004. There was a 2018 software update on the press, so they knew everything about the press. They brought out the schematics, everything that you needed to look at or needed to know about, they were able to provide. And it was nice because basically they were able to tell us that they would back that press. They would help with the dismantling of the press, packaging it up, and helping us ship it out to our facility and getting it put back together. And that's what happened. We made the purchase. Less than 2 months later, I was out in Minnesota with the technician who actually did the install for the initial install in the Minnesota factory. He took everything apart he needed. He made sure everything was packaged correctly, shipped it out to our facility, and went into a point of a company that backs their equipment as time goes on. We're very happy as a company that Burkle maintains their equipment. That's one of the big things I can say about Burkle.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate that you have a high recommendation. Talk about Burkle, talk about product, talk about Burkle service. So for the last questions, would you recommend Burkle to other companies? If that's so, would you want to say something to them, or is there anything you would like to share with them?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend Burkle to anyone out there. Because we talked from the get-go. We talked to purchasing, sales, the service managers, technicians, engineers. Everyone got together on this project of ours, and it was a seamless transition, really. And if you could say one word about Burkle, I would say it's their commitment. It's just not just when they sell you a press and it's over and stuff like that.